So today I am going to discuss, I am going to explain you subsidiary books. See, what is the first step in the accounting process? Journal. Journal is the first step, isn't it? Yes, and after journal we maintain what? Ledger. Got it? This is the first step and ledger is the second stage. Got it? And see, journal we maintain where? Who maintains the journal? A small businessman in a small business. But if the scale of the business is large, then in place of journal we will not maintain journal, we will maintain subsidiary books. Subsidiary books means not one journal, maintaining more journals. This journal means only one journal. And subsidiary books, see, it is not book, it is actually books. Books means more than one journal. Got it or not? So see which books we will maintain, which journals we will maintain. So first we will maintain cash book, then purchase journal, then sales journal, and then purchase return journal, then sales return journal, and at last we will maintain a journal. Okay, so these are the subsidiary books. So the final conclusion is what? That in a large business, where the scale of business is large, in that type of business we will not maintain journal. Instead of maintaining one journal, we will maintain how many journals? 5 journals. And these journals are collectively known as what? Subsidiary books. So today I am going to explain you about the cash book. What is cash book, what is the format of cash book, and how to record transactions in the cash book. Okay, so today I am going to explain you this cash book. Yeah, now see what is cash. So first I will explain you the different type of cash book. So see, cash book is of 4 types. 1, 2, 3, 4 types. So first is what? Simple cash book. Simple cash book. And second is what? 2-column cash book. 2-column cash book. And the third is what? 3-column cash book. 3-column cash book. Petty cash book. Petty cash book. Yeah, see, there are 4 types of cash book. The topic is what? Cash book, and there are 4 types of cash book: simple cash book, 2-column cash book, 3-column cash book, and the petty cash book. We will discuss a 2-column cash book, 3-column cash book, and then we will discuss petty cash. And if we know how to prepare 2-column cash book, it means we can easily prepare simple cash book. We do not need to discuss separately. So today I am going to explain you 2-column cash book and 3-column cash book. These 2 points we will cover. Now cash book. So the name is sufficient. In cash book we will record which transactions? Only cash transactions. Okay, we will not record credit transactions. Credit transactions we will not record. Credit transactions we will not record. We will record only which transactions? Cash transactions. So we will maintain cash book. And in cash book we will record only cash transactions. We will not record credit transactions. Got it or not? And the person who will maintain the cash book, that person is known as what? Cashier. That the person who maintain the cash book, that person is known as what? Cashier. So in cash book we will record only cash transactions. We will not record credit transactions. And the person who maintain the cash book, that person is called what? Cashier. So now I am going to explain you how to maintain 2-column cash book. Okay, so see the format of 2-column cash book. This is the format of 2-column cash book. Yeah, this is the format. This is the debit side. This one is the debit side of cash book, and this one is the credit side. Agree? Yeah, and cash book, and for which month we are preparing, that month we are to write here in this column. Cash book for the month of which month? Yeah, now see on the debit side how many columns are there. First column is for date, then details, then folio number, then cash transactions and banking transactions. Okay, so this is the debit side, and from here to here credit side. Date, details, folio number, cash transaction and banking transactions. Got it? is actually like a cash account, cash and bank account. Actually the format of cash book is like a cash account and bank account in the ledger. Got it or not? Yeah, and if we maintain 2-column cash book, then we do not need to open cash account and bank account in the ledger. Now see how to record cash transactions. Cash transaction means cash and banking transactions. So we will take one question, and with the help of that question we will understand. So this is our question. Yeah, this is the transaction. This is the instruction. This is the question. Enter the following transactions in the cash book of Mr. John. Mr. John is the owner. Mr. John is the proprietor of the business, and during the month of January, these are the cash transactions. And now these cash transactions we are to record in the cash book. Okay, now tell me which one is the first transaction? Dollar. Yeah, we started the business, we commenced the business. So now see, this is the cash transaction. Okay, and this cash transactions now we will record in this cash book. Now see, first what I will do. So see, first I will write the heading cash book for the month of, for which month we are going to prepare this cash book? For the month of January 2013. This is the debit side and this one is the credit side. Yeah, now see, our first transaction is which one? Commenced business with cash. This is our first transaction. Now see how I will record this. So first you make the entry. What is the entry for this transaction? The entry for this transaction is what? Cash account debit $10,000 and capital account credit, isn't it? Yeah, this is the entry. Now tell me, in this entry cash account debited or credited? Cash account is debited, na? Yeah, so this transaction will be recorded on the debit side. We have to see while deciding the side that the transaction will be recorded on the debit side or on the credit side. So we have to see the cash and bank. See, in the entry cash account debited, na? So this transaction will be recorded on the debit side. Yeah, cash account debited. And what is the amount? 10,000. Yeah, cash account debited, na? So on the debit side, see what I will do. On the debit side, first I will write the amount in the cash column, because cash account debited, so 10,000. Okay. And then in column for detail, I will write the name of the opposite account, and that is capital. And in column for date, write down the date, and the date is January 1st. Now see the next transaction. Which is our next transaction? Okay, so tell me, when we purchase goods, the cash will be inflow or outflow from the business? It goes out. So see what entry you will pass, tell me. Cash gone. So see the entry purchase. Yeah, purchase account will be debited and cash account will be credited. And what is the amount? 2,000, isn't it? Yeah, so this entry I will pass with $2,000. Okay. Now tell me, in the entry cash account debited or credited? Credited. So this entry I will record on the credit side, because cash account credited, na? So on the credit side, in the column for cash, I will record this $2,000, and in column for detail I will write the name of the opposite account, and the name of the opposite account is purchase, and we will write the date, January 5. Now see the next transaction. Yeah, our next transaction is which one, tell me? See, wages is expense, so we will debit the wages with $300, and cash gone, na? So we will credit the cash account. Yeah, so we will credit the cash account, $300. Understood? Now tell me, cash account debited or credited? So this transaction I will record on the credit side. So on the credit side, in cash column, first write down the amount 300. Isn't it $300? And then write down the name of the opposite account, and the name of the opposite account is wages, and then put the date, and the date is January 7. So one thing you notice, that whenever we receive cash, whenever there is cash inflow, we will record that transaction in the debit side, and whenever there is cash payment, then that transaction we will record on the credit side. So what is the conclusion? That all receipts we are to record on the debit side, and all payments we are to record on the credit side. Now see the next transaction. Now tell me, there is cash inflow or outflow? When we sell the goods, we will receive money. It will be recorded on the debit side. So what entry? First record the entry. this is rough work actually. So cash account will be debited and we will credit the sales account as we are selling the goods. And what is the amount? Amount is I think $800, yes. And what is the date? January 9. So $800. Now tell me, in the entry cash account debited, so on the debit side in cash column, because cash debited now, so that's why in cash column I will write the amount $800, and in column for detail I will write the name of the opposite account, that is sales, and in column for date I will write the date January 9. Now see the next transaction. So January 12, and we opened a current account into a bank with $2000. Okay, now see what entry we will pass. Money gone now, because we opened a current account into a bank, so we paid money to the bank, so cash gone, so cash account will be credited. And cash gone where? Into the bank, and bank is personal account, so debit the receiver. Now see, this transaction we will record on both the sides, on the debit side as well as on the credit side. And this transaction is called what? Contra entry. Contra means we are recording the transaction on both the side. Now tell me, in the entry bank account debited or credited? So in the debit side bank account debited, so on the debit side in bank column write down the amount first. And here in column for folio you write down C. C stands for contra. And write down the name of the opposite account. And the opposite to bank is which account? Cash account. And put the date January 12. Now we have to make entry in the cash account. We have to record this transaction in cash account. Now tell me, cash account debited or credited? So on the credit side. So on the credit side in cash column, cash account credited na? Credited, that's why on the credit side. And cash account credited, so that's why in the cash column write down the amount $2000. And write down the name of the opposite account, and opposite to cash is which account? Cash account. Okay, no, sorry, bank account. And here write down C. C means contra entry, and put the date January 12. So this is the transaction which is recorded on both the sides. That's why such transaction is called, the recording of such transaction is called what? Contra entry. So whenever you find in any entry there is cash and bank, it means that is contra entry, and that entry will be recorded on both the sides of the cash book. Now see the next transaction, by check 500. Now see, first we will pass entry. And we paid salary. Salary is expense, so it will be debited $5. And we paid this salary by check, isn't it? So payment will be done through our account. So credit the giver. So bank account credited. Okay, and January 15. Understood or not? Now tell me, in this entry bank account debited or credited? Bank account credited na? So on the credit side in bank column. Why credit side? Because bank is credited. Okay, and why I will write the amount in bank column? Because this is bank account. So on the credit side in bank column I will write the amount $500, and in front of this I will write the name of the opposite account, that is salary, January 15. Now see the next transaction, which is our next transaction. See our next transaction. So we have withdrawn money, and we withdrawn money from bank and for personal use, and the amount is $100, and this transaction took place on January 25th. So see what entry I will pass. On January 25th there is drawings na? Owner took away the money. So drawings account, this is the owner's account actually, debit the receiver, he is receiving the money, and this money gone from where? From the account. So credit the bank account is also a personal account, so debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now tell me, in the entry bank account debited or credited? Not should be, I am asking bank account is debited or credited. This is the entry I passed. Bank credited na? So on the credit side in bank column, first I will write down the amount $100. First I will write down the amount $100, and in front of this I will write the name of the opposite account, that is drawings. Now see the next transaction. We have deposited this amount into the bank, $500 on January 30. So what entry will pass? So we deposited money, so it means cash gone. So cash account will be credited $500, and cash gone where? In the bank. So debit the receiver. So bank account will be debited $500. And this transaction took place when? On January 30. Now tell me, in this entry again there is bank and cash, isn't it? So this transaction will be recorded on both the side of the cash book, and that's why this entry is called what? Contra entry. Now see, bank account. So first I will record this entry in the bank. So bank account debited or credited? Debited na? So on the debit side, in bank column 500, and I will write here cash, name of the opposite account, and January 30, and write down here C, contra entry. Now recording done in bank account. Now I have to record the same transaction in the cash account. Now cash account debited or credited? It is credited. So on the credit side in cash column, on the credit side and in cash column I will write the amount 500, and in column for detail I will write the name of the opposite account, that is bank. Okay, January 30, done. So, and write down here contra entry. This is contra entry. So the recording is over. So understood how to record transactions.